Do you see any players getting offer sheeted?
Who's the biggest RFAs this year? Let's think about that first because that
Biggest RFAs that Oh, okay, just biggest RFAs in general. I'd probably say Barzell, Sergachev. Uh, who else is out there? Fuck.
Reinhardt.
Is Reinhardt an RFA?
Yep.
All right, Reinhardt. I don't see
Pulak, I guess.
Reinhardt. Pulak, yeah, Pulak. I don't see Reinhardt getting offer sheeted though. There's no fucking way that happens. If Buffalo has Reinhardt getting offer sheeted, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. They have all
Um,
the money in the world.
Bertuzzi's an RFA who's a big piece in
Yeah,
Detroit.
just same thing. They have all the cap in the world to match him. But the two I wanted to kind of mostly talk about are the ones I already mentioned already. Matt Barzal and Mikhail Sergachev. Two teams in the Islanders and Lightning that are pretty close on salary cap. Like, it's kind of a question if they can even afford these guys. So the Islanders, we'll start with them. They have, I'm pretty sure they're going to have 18 million to work with in free agency. But they have to sign Barzell, Pulak, and Devon Taves. Rumor has it Matt Barzell rejected 7 million.
For how long?
Don't know. He rejected 7 million now.
Yeah, it's
That's
problematic.
I'm not gonna say I didn't see it coming because he can make upwards of 10. I know that. I don't know if he does. I don't think he gets that.
Easily one of the strongest forward skaters.
He's
He could be
unreal.
making a lot of money. Yeah,
If he's available, but the thing is, the Islanders need him. He's their offense.
Oh
He
yeah, no.
drives
If
the
he
offense for
goes
them.
exactly, if he goes,
They're
you might as well just.
done. But they're gonna get assets in return for him. That's the thing. As just say it does come down to an offer sheet. What team and what does it look like for Matt Barzell?
Well, what team is lacking center? I want to say depth because he's obviously the first line center. So center, power in general.
Oh,
Uh,
dude, I think I might know a team, and this would kill Islander fans.
who?
Not as much as the other team in New York, but the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, I mean they could use him.
They have the assets. They have they have the cap space. They need Matt Barzell. I don't know if they pull the trigger on it, but it's an interesting option.
But think about it. Are they going to want to give up?
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to want to. They're not in
Exactly
position to give up
during
some. Yeah,
during a rebuild. I don't see that happening.
that's the thing. You got to find that team that has the cap space that would dare to offer sheet someone like that.
Um,
It's tough. It's tough to
I
tell.
just don't see it happening to be honest.
You don't see an offer sheet from Sergachev, or not for Sergachev, for Barzell.
No, because like teams that do need him, there's no way they give up the picks that comes with it. There's no way unless they trade for his rights, but that seems
You
unrealistic.
know a team that I'm looking at that might have a possibility.
Hmm.
Calgary Flames.
Barzell.
Yeah.
Um,
If they can move one of the contracts that they have up front, they could definitely make it work. So I'm looking at it right now. They have 17. They do have people to sign, but you can easily move out money, and you can make it fit with a guy like Barzell. Like if you even move out like Monahan and you bring in Barzell as your number 1C, Goudreau and Barzell. Oh
well, they
my
could afford him without
god,
even moving something. People.
that's what I'm saying. But they need defense. They don't have a blue line, so they're gonna have to move money. And they need a goalie too. So they have a lot, but I think Calgary, they could make it work realistically.
Good.
Like they're not in
As in,
rebuilder territory. So they're not giving
no,
up
no,
like
that's a playoff roster.
that's what I'm saying.
If you're giving up the picks for Barzell and you're Calgary, uh, that's honestly a great idea because
hmm
you're losing a not in like obviously a first round pick is valuable, but if you're Calgary, it's not as valuable as because again, I think Calgary has a Stanley Cup roster. I think what they're missing is a little bit of a blue line and a goaltender.
Agreed.
So
Oh, interesting. Let's look at the other big RFA now. Mikhail Sergachev coming off the Stanley Cup win in Colorado Avalanche. Do you think there's a team that would go after Sergachev maybe via offer sheet?
a team in the same boat as Calgary with Barzell, but in this situation, they're a cup capable team. They got room for him. And they might have to make some sort of money move to get him, but I think the Boston Bruins, if they're losing Torrey Krug, could go after him.
Imagine that the Boston Bruins
That'd be
offer sheeting
that'd be fucked up.
like the Atlantic Division, like rival Tampa Bay Lightnings,
Exactly.
like
Yeah.
best
Like the
defender,
two.
one of their best defenders.
Exactly.
That's bold. I don't know about Boston. I can't see Boston doing it because they're gonna have to give up a lot, and they're gonna have to give up a lot to the Tampa Bay Lightning. That's the thing. And I don't know if Tampa even lets that happen. Even like Boston, like I'm pretty sure they would match it just so Boston didn't even get
Yeah.
his hands on him.
You know who else?
This
Just
is who
because
I thought you were gonna say Winnipeg. That's who I thought you were gonna say.
no,
You don't think so?
they're I don't know. They're kind of in like shaky territory.
I don't think
losing
they're
their
in
first and whatever is a bit much.
Maybe.
You know who honestly is kind of being slept on
Who?
just because they always like fail whatever their task is every year. Vancouver.
An offer sheet though. That's the same thing with who the fuck did I just name? Winnipeg. I don't see Vancouver as necessarily being like a top tier contender. Like they can easily miss the playoffs next season. I wouldn't be surprised. So if you're the Canucks and you give up your first round pick, the next probably 2 to 3 first round picks for Mikhail Sergachev, when you
That
already
could be
have when you
problematic. Yeah.
already have Quinn Hughes,
Yeah.
I don't see Vancouver
I
making
just don't
that
see
move.
Sergachev getting offer sheeted at all, to be honest, just based on those two parameters.
You're right. It's interesting though because it's teams that can do it. Like they can offer sheet. It's just whether they will or whether they won't.
If it's viable for them or not.
Yeah, right. If it makes sense and it can improve their team long term, they will offer sheet. Yeah, just looking at it.
Realistically, I think Barzal getting offer sheet is more realistic than Sergachev,
I agree.
but
Maybe it's
wouldn't
not
count
even
him out there.
Barzell. Maybe it's a guy like Pulak. Maybe someone offer sheets Pulak. Like
That would be Winnipeg. Winnipeg should
I
do
could
that.
see, dude. Winnipeg would need a guy like Pulak. Like that's perfect. Or even the guy like Taves. Someone could offer sheet Devon Taves. Because I don't know if the Islanders can afford all of these RFAs without making a move.
Absolutely not. They
I
have to
think they
either
can.
move a big contract.
Okay, so
Lose one of them.
say Barzell gets 8.5. Then that's 9.5 million for Pulak and Taves. I don't think that's out of the reach.
It depends.
It's definitely
Pulak-
cutting it close. I
Pulak's
think
gonna want a
5.5
decent amount.
minimum.
Yeah.
But Taves doesn't want 4, I don't think. Does he? 3.5, 3?
I don't know. That's again.
That's
They
I don't
probably
know
have
what
to move.
Taves. That's the thing.
They probably have to move someone.
Like they have a bunch of guys making money on that team. Like they definitely can move out because like their fourth line's making like $9 million. So they can definitely move around money there.